Stop scrolling. Because what just happened between Iman Shumpert and Teyana Taylor is the kind of drama nobody saw coming. Not the courts, not the fans, and definitely not their families. Iman has officially snapped, and the reason is something that hits deeper than fame, deeper than ego. It hits the one place no man wants to be touched: his ability to provide for his children. Moments after losing a major child support ruling, Iman confronted Teyana, and the words he shouted, "I'm broke," have now exploded across the internet like wildfire. The story didn't start in the courtroom. It began weeks earlier, behind closed doors, when Iman started acting different. People around him noticed the tension, the way he checked his phone constantly, the way he paced rooms, the way he kept telling people he was fine when it was clear he was anything but fine. Money had started disappearing faster than it was coming in. Brand deals slowed down. Investments weren't doing what they used to. And the reality he had been afraid to face finally came crashing down on him. The lifestyle he once lived effortlessly was catching up to him. But what broke him wasn't the money itself. It was the idea that he could no longer give his kids the kind of life he had always promised he would. That pressure sat heavy on his chest, night after night, until the day he finally walked into court, hoping for a miracle, and walked out feeling like the walls were closing in on him. Eyewitnesses say that when the judge read the final child support amount, Iman stiffened like the air had left his lungs. He kept blinking, trying to process it, trying to breathe. It wasn't that he didn't want to support his kids. It was that the number felt unrealistic, disconnected from his current income, and he knew instantly that he couldn't keep up. He knew this meant everything in his personal life was about to shift. Teyana sat across the courtroom, calm, collected, trying her best not to even make eye contact. She wasn't trying to hurt him, at least not according to her close friends. She simply wanted structure, consistency, stability for their kids. But the judge's ruling had hit Iman like a punch to the stomach, and the minute the courtroom emptied, the emotions he'd been holding back began crackling in the air around him. He stormed out, ignoring cameras, ignoring reporters, ignoring friends who tried to speak to him. One witness said he looked like a man, walking with the weight of the world on his shoulders, eyes red, jaw tight, fists clenched. And the moment he reached the parking lot, the dam finally burst. He yelled, not words at first, just pure frustration. People nearby froze. It wasn't anger at Teyana. It wasn't even anger at the court. It was the scream of someone who felt cornered, vulnerable, and scared of failing the only people he wanted to protect. Then, later that afternoon, the confrontation with Teyana happened, the one that made everything explode online. According to sources, Teyana arrived at her home unaware that Iman had already pulled up minutes earlier. He stood outside, pacing, phone in hand, tears he kept wiping away before anyone could see. When she stepped out of the car, she looked tired too, like the court decision had drained her just as much. But before she could even say hello, Iman's voice broke the silence. "How could you let it get this far?" he shouted, the words cracking mid-sentence. Teyana froze. She'd never seen him like this, not this shaken, not this raw. She tried to stay calm, tried to take a breath, but the look in his eyes told her she wasn't dealing with the confident, charismatic Iman she knew. She was facing a man who felt like he had lost control of his life. "Iman, we talked about this. This wasn't about hurting you," she said softly. But he shook his head hard.
"You don't understand.
You don't get it. I don't have it like that anymore. I'm broke. I'm telling you. I can't keep pretending." The word broke echoed between them, hanging in the air like a confession he'd been terrified to admit. For a man who once made millions, who once lived in penthouses, who once posted photos next to luxury cars, saying, "I'm broke," wasn't just about money. It was about pride, identity, manhood, and the fear that his children would think he wasn't enough. Teyana looked stunned, hurt even. She wasn't expecting that level of vulnerability. People walking by stopped, noticing the tension, the pain, the trembling in both their voices. But even in the middle of his breakdown, Iman wasn't yelling at her. He was yelling at the situation, at the system, at the pressure building inside him. "Teyana, I'm drowning," he said, his voice shaking. "Do you want me to pretend everything's okay while I fall apart? Do you want me to smile while everything around me collapses?" She shook her head, stepping closer.
No, I don't want that. But you don't talk to me, Iman.
You shut down. You push me away. I've been trying to keep things stable for the girls, but you won't open up. That's when Iman snapped again, not violently, but emotionally. Because every time I show you a weakness, you use it against me, he said. I'm out here trying to rebuild, trying to get gigs, trying to stay relevant, trying to not lose my mind, and now I have to pay money that I don't even have. What do you want from me? His voice cracked. His hands shook. The pain was visible. And for the first time, Teyana's face softened in a way that showed this wasn't just drama. This was two people hurting in real time. I never wanted you to feel like this, she whispered. Iman laughed bitterly, running a hand over his face. But I do feel like this. Every day. And nobody cares. Everyone thinks I'm still living that NBA lifestyle, that I'm still the guy with the big contract. But I'm not. That's not my life anymore. I'm trying to figure out what my life even is. The more he spoke, the more the walls around him cracked open. He wasn't just angry, he was lost. Teyana reached for his arm. You should have told me. I tried, he said quietly. You didn't listen. The conversation, already on shaky ground, spiraled again. Fans online say that the next part is what made the clip go viral because someone recorded it from across the street. Iman threw his hands up in frustration. Everybody keeps saying I'm the bad guy, that I don't care, that I'm not stepping up. I'm doing everything I can. You think I wanted to admit that I'm broke in front of the whole damn world? Teyana's eyes filled with tears. She wasn't expecting him to expose that deeply, that publicly. Iman, stop. Please. But he couldn't stop. Once the truth started pouring out, it was like a flood. I sold the condo, he said, voice trembling. I sold the car. I cut every expense I could. I'm trying to fix my life, and the world keeps kicking me while I'm down. And you, the person I trusted the most, you're the one dragging me back into hell. Those words landed like thunder. Teyana stumbled back a step, her lips parting in shock. Dragging you? Iman, I'm taking care of our kids. You think that's dragging you? The argument flipped. Now it was her pain pouring out. You left me to handle everything, she snapped. The bills, the school schedules, the doctor's appointments, the emotional hard days, the nights they ask where you are, I do all of that. Alone. Her voice cracked. You think child support is punishment? It's survival. Iman stepped back, stunned. I never said you weren't a good mother. But this amount, it's not about the amount, she interrupted. It's about consistency. They need you, Iman. Not just your money. You. That hit him harder than anything else. For a long moment, he went silent. Tears streamed down his face. Tears he wiped aggressively like he didn't want to admit they were real. Teyana's tears followed. Two broken hearts. Two frustrated parents, standing face to face with years of unresolved issues. Then, the rawest moment of all happened. Iman whispered, barely audible. I don't recognize myself anymore. Teyana's expression crumbled. I know, she whispered, and that's why we're here. Because you don't let anyone help you. He shook his head. I'm tired, T. I'm tired of being strong for everyone. I'm tired of pretending I'm okay. I'm tired of disappointing you. And now, I'm scared my kids will think I don't care. That confession, that fear, shattered the last piece of tension. Teyana finally pulled Iman into a hug, and after half a second of resistance, he broke, shaking, crying, collapsing into her arms. Cameras caught flashes of it. Fans went wild. Theories exploded, but the moment itself was raw and painfully human. That night, instead of attacking each other, they posted calm messages about being overwhelmed parents trying to do their best. Behind the scenes, they talked for hours. No yelling, just honesty. Two parents drowning in pressure, fame, and fear. Iman didn't snap out of hate. He snapped out of hurt. I still need you, he whispered. I'm still here, she replied. Iman's post hit hard. I'm not perfect.
I'm struggling.
But I love my kids, and I'll never stop fighting for them. Teyana followed with her own truth. Parenting is hard. Co-parenting is harder.